Good morning and welcome to class. Today I'll be teaching you idioms and proverbs. Idioms and proverbs are types of figurative language. An idiom is an expression that does not mean exactly what the words say. An idiom is a word or phrase which means something different from its literal meaning. Last week we looked at literal and figurative language. Literal language means exactly what the word says, while figurative language uses more interesting words to buttress a point to portray a picture. So, idioms and proverbs are examples of the figurative language. Let's look at some examples of idioms. Number one, it's raining cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs. What does it mean? Does it mean cat and dogs are falling from the sky? Of course not. It means it is raining heavily. It's raining cats and dogs means it is raining heavily. Okay? And we have over 25,000 idioms in English language. Over 25,000. It is important for you to know some of them. Know as many as you can. Number two, give me a hand with his laundry. Doesn't mean I actually need someone else's hand. Like you can cut off someone's hand and bring it because I need an extra hand. No, all I'm trying to say is that I need some help with the laundry. Number three, piece of cake. When something's a piece of cake, it means it is very easy to do. The math question is a piece of cake. It doesn't mean the maths on the board, the math question written on the board is actually a piece of cake. For me to eat, no it is not. Mumbo jumbo. Mumbo jumbo is a confusing language or pointless speech. Alicia is just a kid. Most of what she says is mumbo jumbo. Born with a silver spoon in one's mouth. It means born rich or born into a wealthy family. So it doesn't really mean that a child came out from the womb with a spoon in his or her mouth. It means she was born rich or born into a wealthy family. Philo was born with a silver spoon in her mouth and probably never had to work a day in her life. Philo was born with a silver spoon in her mouth and probably never had to work a day in her life. All ears. Have you ever heard someone say, "Oh, go on, talk to me, I'm all ears"? What's the person trying to say? It means the person is very excited to hear, or he or she is paying special attention to hear something. Example sentence. The students were all ears when the teacher started telling a horror story. Number seven, birds of a feather flock together. So it's not actually birds of the same feather. It's birds of a feather. It means people with similar taste, interest, and background. Okay, now moving on to proverbs. A proverb is a short, commonly used saying that expresses something wise or true. Unlike idiom, which is just a type of figurative language, proverbs are wise sayings. Proverbs are full of wisdom, they're full of knowledge, they're full of insight. A proverb is also known as an adage, okay? Examples of proverbs. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It means to achieve a goal, you must begin with a step. No matter how big your goal is, it actually begins with just a step. If you want to be a trillionaire when you grow older, but it actually begins with a step. Okay, you don't just wake up and achieve the dream. You must start somewhere. You must start with something. Number two, all that glitters is not gold. All that glitters is not gold. It means anything which attracts you because of its external appearance may not be that worthwhile to use. There are sometimes perhaps you just see a fine toy and you're like, oh, I need this so good. You don't know if it's that good on the inside. So not everything that look really nice, really glittery is good. Take note of that. Number 3, always put your best foot forward. It means when you take up an important assignment, try to always give the best shot. You don't have to reserve the best. First impression matters. Your first impression should be your best impression. Okay? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. In order to keep fit and healthy, a healthy diet and regular routine are required. Number 5, a stitch in time saves 9. A stitch in time saves 9. It means deal with problems immediately they arise. You don't have to wait till it worsens. For example, if you have a tear in your shirt, instead of waiting, if you don't stitch it immediately, you end up, having a bigger tear, right? That's just what it means. So it means when a problem arises, deal with it immediately. You don't have to wait till it worsens, okay? Remember, these proverbs are figurative terms. They are wise sayings that can guide you as you go through life. Another example, as you sow, so shall you reap. That means if you sow hard work, it means whatever you plant is what you're going to harvest. If you're a farmer, you plant beans, you plant rice, you plant whatever it is you want to plant, that's what you're going to harvest. Okay, you can plant mango and expect to reap cassava. It wouldn't work. So if you sow hard work as a child, you will reap success. If you sow hard work, you will reap and you will harvest success. Don't judge a book by its cover. It means don't judge a person thoroughly only by looking at the outward appearance. For example, someone looking so bad, he or she is not properly dressed, and he comes to you like, please, I want to tell you something, like, oh, get out from here, you look so dirty, ew, you disgust me. And unknown to you that this very person could be a really nice person or a very wealthy person or someone of a high social status, but the person just decided to do something like that. It's the person's choice. Okay, so you don't have to judge a book by its cover. You can't tell what's inside a person or what's inside something without getting to know just by looking at a mere appearance. You don't do that. Okay, it's not right to do that. 2 heads are better than one. Of course, it means there is strength in unity. There is strength in unity. 1 shall chase 1,000, 2 shall put 10,000 to flight, because 2 heads are better than 1. Pride goes before a fall. It means always stay humble. Always stay humble, okay? One good turn deserves another. Dialogue. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.